Hello everyone, my name is Joanna, and here you can find support in healing your insecure attachment style and improving your relationships. So in last video I explained how subconscious mind is storing all the associations related to our interactions, emotional bonding, attachment, and how then our subconscious mind will reproject these associations into every situation where we are interacting with another person, when we are attached to another person, when we have relationship with another person. So in this video, I would like us to actually practice tools that are helping us to update these associations. So because in my opinion, 50% of the healing is awareness, so we need to know exactly how it works. We need to have the knowledge about attachment style, about how the mind works, how we attach to people, how we create emotional bond, and how we actually develop our identity. And the remaining 50% is just practicing tools and processes that are helping us to transition from unhealthy coping mechanisms we use in our relationships due to these associations and beliefs we've built, to more healthy that are promoting our growth and nurturing our relationship. So today's tool will be about checking what our mind is trying to reproject onto current situation we are in, and how our mind is actually all the time assigning meaning to everything. This is how it works. We have to assign meaning to everything that is around us, what is happening to us, because once we assign the meaning, we have a higher chance to properly respond. Unfortunately, our mind is a little bit lazy, so it's not building new associations, and it's not analyzed well. It's not like, okay, let me pause and check what meaning should I assign to this. It's using past associations, our past, in order to tell us what's going on right now. So that's the major pain point in our relationships, because every time we feel disappointed when our need is unmet or our boundary is crossed, our mind will tell us, I know why this is happening, and will give us very quickly a list of explanations from the past why we are treated this way. So this is what we want to first notice every single time in our daily life, how this works and what our mind is constantly telling us. This is super crucial point in our healing, in repairing our relationships, in building better relationships, because if we will be relying on that past associations, past explanations, every time we feel hurt, every time we feel disappointed, every time our boundary is crossed, we may unfortunately use very inappropriate and very painful explanations. So my suggestion, like I always tell my clients, please pay attention for a week what your mind is telling you about anything that happens to you. So someone said something, ask yourself, what do I make it mean to me or mean about me? What my mind is telling me about this situation. Pay attention to these stories, to these explanations your mind provides over and over and over, so you will see that this is actually happening, especially when you feel disappointed. You hope something will happen, you had a need, your partner didn't meet that need, or unfortunately you expect, so you never communicated that need, which is another thing we'll be working on in this series of videos about needs. We don't express the actual need. We assume, if you loved me, if you cared about me, by now you should know, because we are so long together. We feel disappointed, especially fearful avoidance may feel constantly disappointed in relationships because they don't express needs correctly and clearly, and they assume, because fearful avoidance, that was my attachment style, we do this for other people. We guess needs. We trying to find out what's your need, we assess the mood, we assess the body language, and we guessing needs. So we automatically, subconsciously want the same in return as an act of love. So every time you feel disappointed or you feel that something is not the way you would like to happen, check what your mind is telling you. What do I make it mean to me? What does this mean to me or mean about me? What does my mind tell me about this situation? Perfectly, if you could take notes. If you can't, that's fine too. Just pay attention for a week. Next step is learning to question that. So once you see this is happening, and usually it could be explanation, because I don't matter, because I'm not important, because I'm not good enough, because I'm unwanted, unloved, disrespected, or there is something wrong with me. Pay attention to these explanations. And next step from the cognitive behavioral therapy, we will question that. From the cognitive behavioral therapy tools, we'll question that stories. Without practicing this first step, will be very hard for us to actually move on to next level of healing, where we apply proper communication, where we show up for ourselves in a healthy way, where we set boundaries, where we express that we got hurt by certain things. We need to make sure that this, I call it like that this tool, that this technique our mind is using, like, you did this because I am, you said this because I am. Everything is a reflection of who we are. This has to end. No one can define us. No one can tell us who we are. Our mind is doing this using past, and our mind is assigning that meaning. But no one's coping mechanisms, attachment style, moments of weakness, mistakes cannot define who we are. So make sure you practice this tool to no longer be in a reality where someone does something and it must mean because you are. You said this because I am. You did this because I am. And once we go through this, we will be able to move on with next tools and heal better. So please practice, come back for the next step. I'll be sharing this. I, as a person with Fearful Avoidant Attachment style, I was using this, and I'm deeply grateful for all these teachers that I was able to meet and work with, including Thais Gibson and her programs. Because thanks to this knowledge, I was able to actually get free from this constant stress, feeling unsafe, constant mind that was busy. I had a lot of stories, which is natural, normal for fearful avoidance. I was able to finally get to the place where I co-create relationships, where I am equal on one level with my partner, with everyone I am interacting with, and no one is defining me. I can see that people have needs, I can hear boundaries, I communicate about this, but there is no more that quick explanation from the mind. She or he did that because you are. So I hope this is clear, and I hope you'll be willing to practice this for at least a week. And please come back for the next steps. Thank you for watching.